Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to my channel, Beautifully Mixed Makeup. I'm really glad that you took the time to watch this video. Disclaimer first, I am not by any means a professional makeup artist, nor am I sponsored. I buy all of my products myself, and I'm simply an ordinary everyday girl who is absolutely obsessed with makeup. So I love trying new products, I like to experiment with older products that I have, different colors, you name it, I like it, as long as it involves makeup. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Tarteist Pro Palette. This is one of the newer ones from Tarte. I love most of the Tarteist collection. The Tarteist lip creams or lip paints are really good, and a lot of the other shadows. This one is pretty fantastic. You get this full little box. It's black and gold. It's really pretty, really sleek packaging, so I really enjoy that. And then on the inside you're going to get a really large mirror. This whole top half actually is a mirror. And then you get 16 matte shades and 4 shimmer shades. They are gorgeous. This look that I have going on in my eyes is actually done with solely this palette. I think that they are wonderful shadows. There are some pros and cons, and I'll let you know about those. But right now, if you would like to see how I got this eye look, then keep watching. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done my concealer, foundation, my lipstick, all of that's done, my brows. I'm just going to work on my eyes. So using this palette, I'm going to start with the color called Bold. It is the last row, second one over, and I'm going to just put this all over the lid and up into my brown bow. This is kind of my transition shade. This color is a little bit dark. I would not, obviously if you have a lighter skin tone, you're not going to want to use this. I would recommend using Classic. It's a little more of a lighter color. But this is just, I think this is perfect for medium skin tones or more caramel colored skin tones because it's just like the perfect little kind of, just gives you a little bit of color but not too much. So we're just going to work this with, and this is the Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. That's what I'm using. I'm going to use this brush for most of this eye look. I will use a couple different brushes, but this one will be the primary one. Whenever we go back to blending, it'll always be with this brush. So next I'm going to take a flatter brush. This is a Morphe something brush. And I'm going to go over to the color Edgy. It is a really dark brown. It's the one right next to Bold. These are really powdery, so make sure you tap off the excess because otherwise you're going to have major, major fallout. So I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to kind of pat this into the crease. I'm going to blend it out, but I'm patting, and I'm kind of patting that little bit of a V shape that I'm trying to get that started. So again, going into Edgy on the other side. And I kind of like doing it this way because it just, you can get the full rich color, and then going back with that Luxie blending brush, going to just blend and blend and blend. Perfect. You just want to keep working this in little circles. Work great. You just keep blending until you get the desired look that you want. Alright, and then we're going to go up to the color Smoked. This is the darkest brown in this entire palette. It is the top right corner shade, the last matte in the first row. And we're going to tap this right on the outer edge to kind of give this a little bit more dimension and darkness. Beautiful. And then, you guessed it, back to this Luxie blending brush, and we're just going to kind of blend that all together so that the lines don't look so harsh. You don't want harsh lines. lastly, I'm going to take a little flat brush. This is a Face Secrets brush. It has no number on it. I'm not even quite sure where I got it, but yeah. So I'm going to go into the color Innocent. It is kind of a taupey color, but when I swatch this, it's actually more of a reddish, peachy color. It's really pretty, but it doesn't look quite like the color that is on the actual palette. So it actually surprised me. Alright, and I'm going to put this on the inner third, or inner half really, of my eye. Just going to pat this in. It's very peachy. Kind of got that pink in it. It's really, really pretty though. And it's light enough that it's going to kind of draw the light to the top, the front portion of your eye to make it really pretty. Alright, then I'm going to take a flat brush. This is the Luxie 221 Flat Definer. I love this brush, especially for smoking out the under eye. I think this brush is wonderful. You can also use a liquid liner to do the top portion, but I solely keep this one just for my under lashes because I usually do a liquid liner on the top or a pencil or something, and then I just use a shadow on the first or the bottom half. I don't usually go completely around the eye because I think it makes your eyes look smaller. But I found that if you go just under the lash line and kind of smoke it out to about the halfway point, it really kind of pulls your look together. So I'm going to go back into that darkest brown called Smoke and just get a little, make sure we're tapping it off. And I'm just going to smoke out my under eye. One thing I do like to do is to kind of connect the two lines, the top and the bottom. So I just kind of flip the brush on the corner of my eye to make sure that those connect into almost like a diamond or a triangle. So taking this to the other side, we're smoking it out. I think it just adds. I used to line, I remember in high school, I used to line my entire eye with the darkest, blackest color I could find, and I just loved it. Like, black eyeliner was all I ever wanted to wear. But now I've realized that browns and blues even, and dark greens, you can really make a really pretty look, especially for someone with, you know, depending on your color eye, brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, you can really play around with the color of your eye by the color of shadow that you use. So, alright. I think the only thing that I would like to do is I'm going to take a really small, this is the Luxie 215 small angle brush, and I'm going to go into Ethereal. Hope I'm saying that right. And I'm just going to do my inner corner. Now this is a super bronzy shade. It goes, in my opinion, goes really well with the fact that it's all my whole eye look is pretty brown and dark, but it's just a pretty shade. And there we have it. Now I'm going to put on some lashes and some mascara, and then we'll be right back. lashes, mascara, liner all applied. And this is the final look. I think that it's really pretty. It's more bronzy gold and brown, which I totally dig and is pretty standard for me. I do really enjoy this palette. Some pros and cons for this. Pros, it's a beautiful color selection. You get a lot of plummies, some browns, some dark colors, and some light colors, which I love. And then you also get the shimmery shadows, which all four of them are gorgeous. They're very, very different. My favorite has to be Trendy. It is a green micro glitter, but it has some purple and some browns. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to play with that color. Also, I think that this packaging, the way it is set up with the mirror and everything, you could totally drop this in your luggage and have an entire week of looks and not have to wear the same look just by using this palette. The one downside is it does not come with a brush. For me, that's not a very big deal because I usually use my own brushes anyways. I don't tend to use ones that come in palettes, but if that is something you're looking for, then this is not that palette. But hopefully that's not a deal breaker for you. This palette is $53. It comes out to be about $2.65 a shadow, which is a pretty good bargain considering you can buy like ColourPop for $5 a shadow, other ones, you know, $5, $10, $15, even $20 per shadow. So for a palette, that's not bad. You get a lot of product in here. And this is actually made with the Amazonian clay. This is a part of that kind of same collection from Tarte, and it's said to make it flawless and fleck proof, so it doesn't like flake off or anything like that. One of the negative things I would say about this is these are really, really powdery. So make sure you tap off your brush, or you can use a little Max Fix Plus to wet it and then layer them on. But once they are on, they do blend out beautifully. The color palette or the color pigment is really, really rich and really, really opaque. You're not going to have an issue there. Overall, a great palette. I think that this is definitely worth the money, and it's one of those palettes that are flattering for every skin tone, which is one of the claims that Tarte actually makes for this specific palette, which I love. I'm really always looking for makeup that works on me because my skin tone is not quite light but not quite dark. I'm really kind of in the middle, and I find that some palettes just do not work whatsoever. The other thing I should warn you about, maybe not a negative, just heads up, is that some of these colors do not come out the way that they look in the palette. So I would recommend swatching them to make sure you're getting the right color or whatever you're looking for before you actually layer it in the eye. For example, the color Edgy looks like a really light taupe brown, like it's really going to be almost my skin tone, maybe just a little bit darker, but it's actually much, much darker. I didn't really mind that because I was using it in my crease and blending it out, and it was really pretty, but it is something to be cognizant of. Other than that, I am obsessed with this palette. I'm going to have so much fun playing around with it and finding something new, edgy looks. One other thing that I will throw in there is that when you open this up, there are several different lookbook type tutorials, like it's a paper that says different types of eye looks you can get. I think that's super helpful if you're a beginner, you're not quite sure how to layer the colors or how to make them work for you. So definitely check that out. You can also find that on their website. So I guess that's about it. I'm going to wrap up this video. I absolutely love this new Tarteist Pro Palette. I think it's gorgeous, and I think that it'll definitely be front and center on my makeup desk until I find something better, of course. Alright guys, I hope you have a wonderfully positive day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!